as you...
Hello, fourth graders. 7.1 is going to be a review of basic fraction concepts. The objective to review fractions as a part of a whole or a one of fractions on number lines and the uses of fractions. So let's review. I'm going to write a few fractions here to remind you students of the following. That a fraction is always a fraction of something. For example, a half of an orange or 3/5 of a mile. This something is called the whole or the one. For measures and counts, it is a unit. The parts into which the whole is divided must be the same size. They must be fair shares, meaning exactly the same. The common fraction notation that you're seeing here is how most fractions are written. Now, you don't normally see A over B. Usually you see the way it's written here as 1 over 2. But fractions can also be written with a slash mark sideways, as you see here. Numbers such as 2 1/2 and 1 3/5 are called mixed numbers. The number below the fraction bar is called the denominator. It names the number of equal parts into which the whole is divided. The number above the fraction bar is called the numerator. It names the number of parts under consideration. For example, if Sue ate 2/3 of a pizza, the pizza is the whole. The fraction 2/3 tells us that the pizza was divided into 3 equal parts. And please remember, I'm freehanding this, so those are as equal as I can get them. Here are your 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. And as she ate 2 of those 3 equal parts, she ate 2/3 of it. So real quick, how many thirds are left? 1 out of 3. For your first fraction review, you're going to be asked to divide the hexagon into 6 equal parts. Since they are equal, you are going to need to use a straight edge for this activity. So you're going to divide the hexagon into these parts. So the first thing I would tell you is use your straight edge and draw to the middle dot. So here's 1 part, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The whole, again, right here, the hexagon. Please do it a lot better than you see me doing it right now. And you're going to color in 5 of those. So here would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've just colored in 5, 6 of that hexagon. So what part is not colored in? 1/6. Go ahead and finish this page now on your own. In this math journal page, you're going to identify fractional parts of number lines. So in problems 9 through 14 on page 187, you need to write fractions and mixed numbers for the points on the number line. Number line problems reinforce the concept that fractions and decimals can be used to name numbers between whole numbers. So let's look at this first one together. The best way I can describe this to you to know what your denominator number is going to be is to say, how many parts do you have on this number line? If you look right here, here you have 1 part, 2, 3, and 4. So your denominator is the number 4. If this line is 1/4, this one then would be 2/4 or a half. This one would be 3/4. And since a whole is when the top number, the numerator, and the bottom number, the denominator, are exactly the same. That is when it becomes the whole, or 4/4. I would like you try now to go ahead and finish the rest of these on this page. One other thing is, you notice at the bottom of the page, it's telling you that you need to enter 2/4 and 1 1/5 as they are written into your calculator. This is simple. 2/4 actually is like saying 2 divided by 4. You will enter that into your calculator and then hit your equals answer. And then you need to write this and these steps down below in the bottom. Now, doing the mixed number is going to be a little more tricky. What we need to do for that is look at our denominator. Says here that we have, what did I do? I'm sorry. That we have 1 1/5. In order for us to have a whole for this number 1, we need to realize that it needs to be the top number and bottom number the same as the denominator in the fraction. So the 1 equals 5/5. And then we still have the 1/5. When we add them together, we will come up with 6/5. That is the number you now are going to be punching into your calculator. Go ahead and finish number 15 at this time. This just shows you again how to enter that on your computer or on your calculator. Notice here for 3/4 on your calculator, you're going to punch in the 3 first, and then you're going to punch in the divided by sign, then the number 4, and then your equal sign. And this is just showing you if you have different calculators, the different process that you would follow in order to do that. Again, on the 4 7/8, this time our denominator is an 8. So our whole is 8/8. But look, it's not just one, it's 4 of them. So it's actually going to be 8/8 added 4 times, which is 32/8. Now I actually have to look at that 7/8 that was already there. So I have to add that to it for a total of 39/8. This is what you would be punching in to your calculator. You may want to ignore, because many of you do not have these steps. You don't have a TI-15 and you don't have the Casio. You're going to want to put in 39 divided by 8 equals. Hopefully this step helps you to finish, again, these two problems on the bottom of this page in 7.1. And your study length. Divide the circle into 6 equal parts. They already have the dots on the circle for you that they would like you to use to go back to that center. So make sure you're using a straight edge. Make each one of those sections perfectly even. The whole is your circle. You have 6 parts. Again, color 5 out of 6. Please don't waste a lot of time coloring those in perfectly. Just fill them in so I see that you understand that concept. Again, it would be nice if you'd write what part is not colored in, and that is 1/6 over here is not. Finish this page and do the practice at the bottom. You are finished with 7.1.